preempted my question on Putin.
Putin!
Putin! I think you did strategically because you knew it's what we'd ask.
Putin! He's so bad!
Yes, Dr. Carlson recently did something extremely amazing. Dr. Carlson obliterated left-wing reporter who accuses him of being a racist and asks her to her face how the media is always able to find stupid people like her.
So much for your address today. So you talked a little bit about immigration, and in the past you've talked about how white Australians, Americans, Europeans are being replaced by non-white immigrants in what is often referred to as the Great Replacement Theory. This is the same...
Have I said that whites are being replaced?
Well...
I don't think I said that.
Well, it's been mentioned on your show 4,000 times. And
really, when did I say that?
On your show.
I said whites are being replaced?
You have said that before.
Really?
Yeah.
I would challenge you to cite that, because I'm pretty sure I haven't said that. I said native-born Americans are being replaced, including blacks.
Native-born Americans.
Native-born Americans.
And
Americans who, like black Americans, have been African Americans, have been in the United States for, in many cases, their families over 400 years. And their concerns are every bit as real and valid and alive to me as the concerns of white people whose families have been there 400 years. So I've never said that whites are being replaced. Not one time. And you can't cite it.
Untrue.
So we just met, but when our relationship starts with a lie, it makes it tough to be friends. So
you've been lying
let's
about
pull
my
that back.
press
I'm happy to
gallery
explain what I
colleagues
do
all
think.
morning as
Well, you actually can't say it because I didn't say it, and I don't believe it. And I'm telling you that to your face, so why don't you just accept me at face value? My concern is that the people who are born in the country are the main responsibility of its leaders. And as noted earlier, when those leaders shift their concern from the people whose responsibility it is to take care of to people around the world, to put their priorities above that of their own citizens, that's immoral.
A lot of things actually happened during this interview that is in Australia. If you understand how the mainstream media and reporters operate, this is a clear example I've seen. The way he handled it was amazing. They even went further to talk about this issue of being Putin puppet, things like that. His response was amazing. It is important I show you this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm if you share the video.
People whose responsibility it is to take care of to people around the world, to put their priorities above that of their own citizens, that's immoral. And they are being replaced in my country, people who are born in the United States. And the birth rate tells the whole story. They are not at replacement rate. And so the U.S. population is growing because we're importing people from other countries. And my view is that happy people have children, and a functioning economy allows them to do that. And we don't have that. And so you need to fix the economy and fix the culture and make it so that people who want to have kids can. You don't just go for the quick sugar fix of importing new people. Like, that's my position. And if you think that's racist, that's your problem.
I never called you a racist.
But of course you are suggesting, and
well,
I must say one of the reasons people don't like people like you in the media is that you never say exactly what you mean. Your slurs are all by implication, and you're about to tell me the Great Replacement Theory is racist or anti-Semitic, whatever. I've said what I've said to you right now like 100 times in public. I hope to, if I live long enough, say it 100 more times. I think it's completely honest and real, not racist or scary. It's factually true. It's not a theory, it's a fact. And the whole point of your question was to be like, you're a scary racist.
Well, I haven't.
And my response is, no, I'm not. Okay, well, how about no more lying in your questions, and then I'll answer it.
Okay, well, this is the same theory, or as you say, idea, that has inspired the New York Buffalo shooting where 11 black...
Yes, Dr. Carlson's stance particular to this issue of immigration has always been like this. He has never changed his tone. I've watched videos, over and over, pertaining to this. The way this reporter made it was like he's a racist. He does not want to see people from different countries. From my observations, there are people that lie. You will see them facing no situation in their country. They will frame up things to seek asylum and using the wrong way, like what I've observed in the past. So, Togaka calling this out frequently, it is something that is extremely concerning.
This is the same theory, or as you say, idea, that has inspired the New York Buffalo shooting, where 11 black Americans were killed. Two white Americans were killed.
Like,
and it's also inspired.
It's not. First of all,
it's inspired one of the worst Australian guns
how do
of
they
all
get
time
people
to
this
shoot
stupid in the media? I guess it doesn't pay well. Look, I'm sorry. I've lived among people like you for too long, and I don't mean to call you stupid. Maybe you're just pretending to be, but I'm totally against violence. I'm totally against the war in Ukraine, for example, which doubtless you support. And like all dutiful liberals, support more carnage. I don't. I hate mass shootings, actually. Nothing I said, what does it mean to inspire something? My views are not bigoted against any group. They're honest. They're factual. That's not hate. That's reality. And my views derive from my deep concern for Americans, actually. Americans aren't having kids because they can't afford to. And nobody in charge cares. And so that's my position. That doesn't inspire mass shootings. How dare you try to tie me to some lunatic who murdered people? How dare you, actually? And in fact, I mean, do you know what I mean? I'd be like, Hitler wore those shoes. A lot of people are saying that you're like Hitler. Can you explain those shoes? Hitler wore exactly the same shoes, and you're like...
Yes, before we proceed with this clip, do you feel any shame? Tucker Carlson asks brutal questions about being an useful idiot for Putin. That is according to these people. Tucker gleefully sparred with the Australian press during Q&A session he posted online on Wednesday. The hour-long battle was also posted to Carlson's website and begins with reports from the Sydney Herald asking the Firefox News host about his affinity for Russian Putin. The media can be extremely negative, so it is nice to hear of legend comment about our country. Saka begins striking a positive tone. I appreciate that you have presented my question on Putin, Saka added as Carlson made mock noises. Okay, this question was actually something I knew that would be coming up. The way Tucker Carlson made it fun, everybody was amazed. Yeah. If Putin is so bad, did he force you to do this, force you to do that? That was all. But the mainstream media would change the narrative, to suit them. I understand that is the way they operate. But in this case, it was different. Dr. Carlson did well, by tackling some of these people the way they should. Yeah. The mainstream media is in such a way that just take an example with Trump. Trump will post something, they will twist it to another thing. He talks about bloodbath or poisoning the blood of, things to make him look like he's a dictator. He's just like that. So in this case, they thought, they could do the same thing with Dr. Carlson. He didn't actually even give in the opportunity that they should do that. He tackled this reporter the right way. That is according to me. I want you to know you told what you think.